What's up guys, it's your boy PAQI. We came back fresh from Paris. It was really fun, especially our road trip. I'm so sorry Fabio for the middle seat. So we matched up against MagnaX / Armor Rush, Royal Knights, 2 green-blue Imperials, Jesmon, and 2 Megidras. So for my deck list, let's start with the GT Tamas. We play of course the 4 classic Koromons, because to get a draw, it's always nice for the consistency. And 1 Yokomon for the on deletion to do the same, as long as it's a red Tamer. So super standard there. And now for the deck. I opt out for the mono red Emperor build instead of the ancient Greymon, because I find more value in this version, because it's A, more consistent since the promo Gunimon ban, and B, you can close out games with your level 4s or level 5s, because you're not that independent to find your key pieces like the Burning Greymon and Gunimon to go up into your level 6s. And my point was proven in the regionals, because like the games that I won went super fast and the deck is really consistent and runs smoothly like butter. So let's start for the rookies. We play 12 in total. We play the 4 of Ukomon. This one is a mandatory 4 of in my opinion, together with the BT21 Takuya, because like shout out to East, he said like the only problem with the new Takuya is that you need your pieces ready, so you can evo for cheap over your Takuya and get your value there when you check. And this one lets you search the top 3 cards and then you add your combo piece, then you go into Takuya start of main, and it's just super nice together. So this is a mandatory 4 of. Then the other 4 of is the GOAT, the BT17 Flamon. Please Bandai, give us an alt art of this card. Thank you so much, as a box topper or something like that. And it's just another consistency piece. So look at the top 3, get potentially 2 cards, and the inherit on deletion is also really nice. So this is for the rookies. And 2 of the Piercing Flamon. Small spoilers, we don't run the BT17 Takuya for the piercing and the memory gain, because I find more value that we start our turn at 3 memories with our Takuyas, so we are not dependent on our opponent whenever he plays with us, so we want to play our own game. So this is why I find the Piercing Flamon really important, together with the new Emperor Greymons, that you always see those checks, that you always see those security checks, so you get your maximum value there. And overall it's just also great when you don't see your Ukomon, you can build like a level 4 in the back and have piercing. This is neat. And normally for my last 2 rookies, in playtesting I played the BT18 Bokomon, because he's also great like if you don't see the Ukomon when you start off main race, to get the 1 memory back that you evo on top of your new Takuya, so it's essentially a free drop. And it's also a consistency piece like the BT17 Flamon. But I opted out for a regionals environment for the Gotsumon, 2 Floodgates. Really important and came always really clutch. This card alone stole me like 3 games against Royal Knights and the blue-green Imperial, and also against the Virus Imperial. This card can also come up clutch. So this is my rookie lineup. Then for the juicy part, the most important thing in the deck are the level 4s. We play 13 copies. We play a 4 of, mandatory, in my opinion, the best level 4 the red hybrid archetype has ever seen is the new Agunimon, because for one, like the old BT18 Agunimon, you can evo on top of a Burning Greymon for 0, so get instant value from there. And when you're evolving, you can tuck any hybrid Digimon card from your trash or hand underneath him or Tamer, and this one combos really neatly with your other new hybrid, the Burning Greymon, because this one essentially allows you to evo for 1 from your Tamer, swing, declare the when attacking. You can evo like the BT17 Burning Greymon. When you swing, you can go on top of him for 0, gain 3k plus piercing, which is really nice. And then once it's check security, before the security battle happens, you can evo even more, either for 2 memories into the new Aldemon, check securities, or for 0 go into the BT7 Aldemon and get pretty huge from there. And getting huge is what we like. Hey, And the same reason why we run a 4-off of the new Agonimon is the same reason why we run a 4-off from the BT17 Burning Greymon, because having the ability to raid together with the Piercing Flamon is so oppressive sometimes, and also to have like the max consistency value like together with the new Agonimon. When you swing, you want to go for cheap into your level 5s. This is why you run 4 and 4. And also the colors matter, because it's also half purple, and this gives you more value when you go into your Emperor Greymons. And then for the next 2-off is the BT18 Agonimon. Look at this lad, god damn! What I like to do with him is Evo for 1 startup main on top of the Takuya, and get like any resources back that you might need to swing for a second attack, or just recycling your pieces and do your combo again. That's really nice. And the 13 hybrid is the one of Jesmon, aka our in-archetype Omni Blitz.
Yeah, boy.
Because that's like one combo in the deck, like let's say check 1 with your Flamon, then 2 to 3 security with your Aguni / Burning Grey into your level 5s, and then there are some situations where your opponent doesn't have any securities left, and then you trigger the new Takuya. You can play out the BT18 Takuya, leave on top over him, give him rush and swing for game. This is a really deadly combo. And speaking of deadly cards, let's go into level 5s. We play 5 of them. 3 of the new Aldermons, because he's like a mini Ancient Greymon. Like, just for 2 memories, when you have the right setup, which is really easy to do in this deck, you always check for 2 damage, and he has the on delete on himself, and as an inherited you can play out the Tamer on deletion from trash or hand for absolutely free. And this card unanswered gives so much pressure to your opponent. And the other level 5s, also the old Aldermon, in my opinion this card is still a mandatory 2-off, especially against the Imperial matchup and the Sakuyamon. It's really nice to like tuck under your Agunimon from the new Agunimon's effect to have the option immunity, and especially against Sakuyamon where they play like 15 to 20 option cards in the deck, this can be really game winning. Now for our boss monsters, for the level 6 we play even split from the 2 of Promo Emperor Greymon, the new one, and 2 of the BT18. I don't think I have to explain why I like this card so much, because it's like an auto win against like any blocker heavy deck, or especially against Royal Knights, because they don't see the card coming. You can play around with them, might as well trigger an ace play from them, right? And then you just Hyper Spirit into your BT18 Emperor Greymon, suspend the whole board. Best case, like I said, you have a Piercing Flamon under it, you swing into the body, you kill something, 2 checks, restand, piercing, 2 damage, end of turn with the BT18 Takuya and Koji. You can swing again for game. This came up a lot in Paris and in my testing, but I really want to talk about in this video about the new Emperor Greymon. This card is so nutty. It's like a fusion of the BT18 Emperor Greymon and the old BT12 Emperor Greymon. Like, it can kill something that is as big or less as him, which for A, it's a better board clear than the old Emperor Greymon, because this is not dependent on having a Tamer underneath. And for B, like worst case, you have a blocker access now in the deck. Like in the past BT12 old days, like there were some situations like you just always wish like, man, I wish I had 1 turn more, because I have no securities left, or only 1 security, and having a blocker that's like always like at least 14k can be huge. And with the right setup, like if you have like another Emperor Greymon underneath and purple red Burning Greymon or Agunimon, and with the yellow red Takuya and Koji, you can beef up this boy in all turns to really huge numbers. So this is my level 6 lineup. Now for the most important part of the deck. For the Tamers, we play 10 copies. which I think is absolutely necessary to run at least 10. We run the new Takuya. In my opinion, it's an absolutely 4-off, and at least having 3 of the Takuya Koji, because this one allows now to have power plays where your opponent even puts you at 1 memory, and you can still do your hybrid shenanigans and combos and you're not stuck at 1 memory, because in the past you always needed at least 2 memories to go into your hybrid plays and go from there. And with this Takuya alone, like, only by having him at 1 memory, you can go for 1 into an Bunimon, just swinging security, not even triggering his effect, and once the security is cleared, like even if a rookie swings for security, you can also trigger this effect and play like a 5-drop Tamer for absolutely free, which is insane. And why I think this ratio is mandatory is because together, most people don't realize this Takuya has 3 names. Like, just by 1 copy alone, together with these 2, you can say like, hey, start of main, effect this Takuya. You can load up 3 sources from your trash, different names. And start of main, again, with the new Takuya, you can combine them. Like, let's say this is Takuya and this is just Koji. Then you can evo for 2 memories for absolutely free. So a free level 4 at 3 memories, because he's a memory setter, and do big damage there. And when it comes down to the grind game, you set up these 3 Tamers, because those 3 can either -3 can evo into a hybrid, which is absolutely nuts. So everything is like for free, even the new Burning Greymon. Or, like I said, when you're into the grind game, which won't happen a lot because you're so fast, and close out games at turn 3, load like 5 spirits underneath, and then declare the new Takuya. Let's say this is Takuya, this is Koji, this is Takuya and Koji. This means you can warp / hyper spirit evolve into your new Emperor Greymon just for 1 memory, or go into your BT18 Emperor Greymon just for 2 memories, and this is so strong. So there's that. And then, like I mentioned, we always want to start our turn at 3 memories to output the most damage that we possibly can. So having 5 memory setters is A, really good, and B, when you evo, like in this setup, you can evo just for 1 over the old mem setter Takuya. You're at 2 memories. Swing with the new Bunimon, you have Burning Greymon underneath from his own effect. Go for 2 memories into the new Aldermon, do 2 damage, and you gain the 2 memories back from the Takuya's inherit, and you then still keep turn. So this is a really nice combo. And the last Takuya that I played is of course the classic Hyper Spirit Takuya. The reason I only play 1 of him is because this one doesn't allow you to gain memories start of turn. So I find more value in the other 9s to free drop this Tamer, or when this Tamer comes out of security, can close out games as well, because in combination with the new Aldermon you do at least like 3 damage, and with an Atomic Inferno you do 4 damage. This came up twice in Paris, it was quite hilarious. And also just like talking 5 sources underneath and you have 1 memory, go into this. When Digimon we can swing, can also steal games. But this is really nice. In my opinion, this is the best Tamer lineup you can have. 3 options, we only play 6, we play the 2 Atomic Inferno. You can play 3 copies of this. It's a really great card, you can steal games turn 2, and coming out of security can be really strong and really bad for your opponent. And for the other consistency card, I run 2 red memory boosts. Having red memory boosts comes up really great in testing. I didn't play this card in the beginning, but after like 3 test sessions that we did, and the whole like 1 test session was like 6 or 7 hours, So the only games that I really lost was because I didn't find like a piece that I really needed. Because when you don't see your ukos or other combo pieces, this one can come really clutch. You can set up your rookies in the back or a Tamer, drop this one, and then when you start at 1 memory, even you can pop this bad boy, start your turn at 3 and do your whole shenanigans. And like when it comes off security, it's also really good. It pushes a lot. And the last option card I run is the 2 of Crimson Blaze. This card is still really good, especially against Royal Knights and Megidra. But sadly, on the event I never saw Crimson Blaze against a Megidra, so that was a little bit unfortunate. But I think the only flex spot in this deck is the Crimson Blaze. You can perfectly cut this card out if you don't like it, because the Gotsumon alone clears the Royal Knights matchup or the Imperial matchup. But I'm considering swapping this out with another consistency piece. So this is my 6 options in deck. And yeah, overall, this was my deck profile. I'm really thankful for your patience, because I was teasing the hell out of you guys for my deck list. And yeah, we will catch us around. Thank you so much for watching. Please check us out on our YouTube channel and our socials on Instagram. We post also our local standings and monthly progression, what wins and tops in our locals. And also big shout out to our 2 locals. Of course, our group friends and buddies over at Trading Cards Wallisellen, my favorite locals in the whole Switzerland. And our new shop, Naxoria. It's a really nice place. You guys need to check it out. And yeah, this has been the Red Hybrid Goat from Europe. Check it out. See you guys later.
There's like a guy called like PAQI or something. He's like on like Team True Villains, I think. He's always like revolutionizing like Red Hybrid.
This one dude has like carried this archetype for like a year, and he's like the preeminent resource on like cool things you can do with deck building in it. So dubs, shout outs to the guy.